Hi, welcome back to Unpaid Film Critic. Happy Halloween. Today we will be reviewing a 2023 horror film called NuN 2. I previously already reviewed the NuN. You can review that. You can find that on my channel. But today we'll be reviewing the sequel. Now, what I like about the sequel is that it's very amazing. I mean, and the director is Michael Chavez. He was one that was behind the Curse of La Llorona, which I've seen, and I thought that one was okay. Conjuring the Devil Made Me Do It, which I also watched, and I thought that one was great. He's done The Maiden and from 2016, which I've not seen. And he did a very interesting take on it. This is very much a film that's tracking the movements of Alec through a person, through someone who's been possessed by Valak. And it's very creepy because you don't know if they're still possessed or not, but you only see it in glimpses, and it's terrifying. One of the opening scenes is one of the most terrifying scenes, and it involves a priest, which is just bone-chillingly creepy as all hell. The film is just creepy on so many levels. I mean, this film, it's up with Conjuring and Conjuring 2 and in creep factor. Like, they really made it more creepier than the first one. The first one was all exposition. Now it's like, oh, you already know Valak? Okay, well, this is what Valak can do. And it's terrifying what Valak is able to do with this person under their spell. And the trailer gives away very little of the film. You know how some trailers give you like half the film or something? This trailer doesn't show you any. You think you've seen the movie because you've seen the trailer, and it's nothing before. And it's more scary. One of the scenes in the trailer is when she's at that newspaper stand and all those newspapers form an outline of Valak. The building of that scene is very terrifying, and what happens to Sister Irene is even more terrifying throughout. I mean, the actress that played her is phenomenal in this role. Like, I really liked NuN 2. I thought it was amazing. I mean, this film, it's great. I mean, there's so much that's so unique to this film. And in my opinion, it's basically like, you know how they say, oh, sometimes the sequel is better than the first film? This is one of those cases. This is like the Annabelle creations of the NuN series. If you don't know, Annabelle creations is far better than the first Annabelle. This is kind of like that, where it's like, the second film is like sometimes better than the first one, and this really hits it out of the park. I mean, I'm a fan of NuN 2. And now you can see it on HBO Max, or Max it's called now, or you can probably like rent it on HBO, or no, they're not rented on HBO, rent it on Amazon. Yeah, that's where you're able to find it. This film is phenomenal. I really liked it. I mean, I really think the acting is amazing. Like, the guy who played Frenchie did an awesome job, because you really feel for this man, because he's trying to do right by everyone. He's trying to hold down a job, he's trying to do all this stuff, and he's battling it. Literally, he is battling an inner demon that's inside of him that he can't get out. And he doesn't want to hurt the people he knows, because he just doesn't want them to fear him, but he can't deal with Valak, and watching that is just so scary on multiple levels because you can just feel for him. And that's what I liked about this film. It was very emotional at times. Some gripes I had with the film are not the actual film, or the film that are basically gripes that I had with circling the actual film in the theater. See, I was watching in the theater, a matinee. You know, I'm expecting people to have some more film etiquette. No, I'm okay if you snicker at the jokes or do all that, but people would literally. So I was watching in the center, and I was seeing people leave, come in through the middle of the show, and just talk normally. I mean, I have done that in the past, and I've stopped that. But I mean, I do feel like this, and also watching it with, and also seeing like people going into it and then going out in the middle, which I mean, if you don't want to watch it, but you know what's gonna happen, like people knew what this film like. What I mean is since I was in the middle, I was just watching. There was distractions that people were doing, and that kind of took me out of the movie a bit, but I managed to stick with the film throughout the actual film itself, and I really enjoyed it, and I really think Michael Chavez really improved his work through this film. Like, he did Crush Lawler. I thought that film was okay, not very scary, but okay. Like, you know, it was good. And then his take on Conjuring the Devil Made Me Do It. Okay, that film was slightly better. And in this film, I really was like, okay. This film really felt like a Conjuring film and really brought in the horror. And that's what I liked. And you really think the trailers are scary, you think that's scary. The whole film is much more scary. Like, there's multiple, like, there's scares that are not in the trailer that are actually far better. And I'm glad they didn't show those in the trailer. Like, I'm not going to spoil the film. But this film, it is, like, just interesting to watch. I'm so glad I watched it. And I watched this back in September. It took me a while to. That was my review for the NuN 2, directed by Michael Chavez. Now, happy Halloween and be safe.